Welcome to BibleLink. It's great to see you. BibleLink exists to link the Bible with real life, your life. In chapter 13 of Genesis, Abram and the crew, they head out of Egypt with all the gifts that he got from Pharaoh, and they return to Bethel, the first place God appeared and spoke to Abram when they got into the new land. After a rocky time in Egypt, Abram returns to a place where he met God. He seeks God. He calls God's name in this familiar, safe place. Perhaps he's ashamed, a little broken about what happened with Sarai. He goes to a familiar place to recoup and seek God. Where do you go when you're broken, when you've failed? What places have some meaning to you that you can go to when you need to hear from God? Some places are special in our hearts, and we return because we really need God's grace and direction. We do well to recognize where those special places are, and we need to revisit them. They help us remember that God has been with us in the past, He has spoken to us, and they encourage us to seek Him on into the present. Abram and Lot's flocks get too big for the space they're in, and their herdsmen start quarreling, so Abram makes the first move to talk to Lot. Abram is a model for us to how to approach dispute. He makes the first move toward Lot, proposes a peaceful way to resolve the conflict. Abram is a peacemaker who offers a wise solution. Let's go different directions so our flocks don't compete, and you can choose first. He wants to preserve peace in his family. Do we take the initiative in resolving conflict in our lives? Do we meet with people to talk about and address the problems we have? Do we come up with a fair solution? Do we even give someone the opportunity to choose first? Abram models here a method of peacemaking and problem solving. It's a pretty good one for us to follow. The question of Lot's judgment comes into play in this chapter. Lot chooses to live in the Jordan Plain for its good land, but he doesn't take into account the bad people that live there. His perspective on what will make things go well for him is a little narrow. Good land isn't everything. Bad neighbors can spoil the benefit. And Lot decides to live close to Sodom, a city of people who were notorious for being bad. Sometimes using one nice perk to ignore really bad or dangerous circumstances can come back to bite you. Life is complex. It's not just about land being fertile or only having a good job or making sure your family is happy or really even just going to church. Life is complex. And Lot was blinded by how good the land was, so he moves near a bunch of wicked people. And the consequences, we're going to see those later in our story. Do we have a grasp of all the relevant details when considering a decision? Are we broad in our decision making, or do we have blinders on, only caring about one thing or one person, sometimes ourselves? What else did you notice today? What struck you in chapter 13? Thank you for engaging. Join the conversation on Facebook, ask questions, share your observation, and invite someone to join us. And thank you. Thank you for joining BibleLink today.